Every single concert video you see is a sea of phones. Before we make judgments of whether or not this is good or bad, let's discuss concert culture and why this is happening more and more frequently. Like I previously discussed on this channel, public etiquette as a whole has gone down with the rise of social media. We've talked about how celebrities are being treated by fans and how that etiquette has gone down, but concert etiquette has also gone down, and this includes phones. Phones at concerts is not something new, but with the rise of social media, especially with TikTok, it has gotten used more and more. Concerts since the Eras Tour, which is the concert tour that streamlined live streams, have become increasingly like award shows because they've become social media events. And many artists have played into this, like Sabrina Carpenter with her Juno positions, or even someone not as big as Sabrina, like Megan Moroney and her surprise songs. While some artists have played into the quote-unquote TikTokable moment, artists have also tried to fight the rise of social media at concerts. People like Audrey Hobart, who during Sue Me, she plays it twice, one where you can record and one where she asks you to not record. Why is this even a discussion? Why can't the artist ask the fans not to record at specific parts? I guess they don't trust them. If I were at a concert and the artist says, "Can we not record during this song?" I would absolutely respect that and put my phone away. I don't record much anyways, but I like to live in the moment, and I know a lot of people enjoy recording. A take I have on this is also, if I really need to see a moment from the show, I will probably be able to find it on social media, which probably isn't a great take, and that's not a very good reason not to record, but you know. While we know Phoebe Bridgers is fed up with recording, it begs the question, why are people recording? Because I think the generalization of people recording because they want a good social media post really isn't fair, because there's a variety of reasons why people record. Because people take videos from the 300s, like, how's that a good concert video? I know a large argument that people have is that they won't remember the concert at all if they don't film, because they quote unquote have concert amnesia or concert like blackout, which is also a fair argument. And I think these two things can be true at the same time. If you pay for an experience, it's fair that you want to be able to capture it. Fans paid hundreds of dollars to be able to be there and see the artist live. It's natural that they want proof that they spent the money. Although if the artist doesn't support phones or want them at their concert, that's also the artist's prerogative, and it should be noted before you go to the concert, because the assumption is you are able to record. Similarly, Broadway shows don't say, "Please, you cannot record," in huge capital letters, because it is assumed that you cannot record. However, people who film the entire concert and do not enjoy it and want to be there just for social media are a totally different story. We all saw the video from Madison Beer's tour where she was trying to interact with a fan at the barricade, but a phone was getting shoved in her face, so she pushed it out of the way to look at the fan. Artists crave genuine interaction from fans. You even hear about this via Stage Door, like Jordan Fisher does not want to take photos or have a phone shoved in his face for social media. He actually enjoys Stage Door because he gets to have a conversation with people, and when a phone is just getting shoved in your face, you don't do that. Not only the artists are impacted by the recording, it also interrupts a fan's experience if another fan is holding up a phone so high that they cannot see the artist. I saw a photo from Conan Gray's Wishbone tour that would have been so good if the girl's phone wasn't blocking his entire face and you could only see Conan's face through her phone. However, the idea of phones at concerts in general also needs to be discussed, because the way that Phoebe Bridgers' tour is working, that they're being put in these things called yonder pouches, where the phones are completely locked and you cannot get into them, touch them, or do anything with them. People's phones being locked up during a concert just seems very unsafe to me, especially in today's political climate. Having a concert with no way to contact for help or the outside world is just so dangerous. I even saw people talk about like disabilities and how that would be nearly impossible for people with certain disabilities to be able to go without their phone. They talked about diabetics who see their blood sugar levels on their phone, all things like that. And while you might be saying we lived without phones in the past, we did, but we don't now. The rest of the world still has phones. What are you going to do? Take away all the phones in the entire world just so we don't have them at concerts? Phones have made the ability to just be a little bit safer than we were. Phones at concerts aren't going away just because Phoebe Bridgers is doing a phone-free tour. I think learning when and when not to film is something that is extremely necessary for today's concert climate.